So this is kind of neat. You can authenticate. Let's see, what was my user? And then any action that you're looking for, like originate, it's going to show up here in the sidebar. And then you can see all the fields associated with that action. And you can mess around just for testing purposes to execute those and just play around with the command. I don't really have time to go over more about HTTP. Do we have any questions that I can answer at this point? It's kind of abrupt, I know.
You can go a few minutes longer.
A few more? Okay. Well, okay. A few more minutes, because this is kind of cool stuff. HTTP has the advantage of being able to get responses in XML instead of just plain text. So it makes a lot of sense to be able to issue a command and receive it in some ways actually we have parsing tools for. So a lot of the GUIs, I know, use that. You can also get it back in just the same format that you have with TCP, which is just text-based with no sort of formatting. And then for testing purposes, there's also a way of getting it back. Just the response is going to come back in HTML, which I don't know why that's useful yet. But it's there. Authentication is done a little bit differently over HTTP than it is with TCP. With TCP, your authentication lasts the duration of your socket. With HTTP, you need to actually represent that authentication with a cookie. So it's going to be the duration of that you've set in HTTP timeout variable, which I believe is in either manager.conf or http.conf. You don't want to do authentication in plain text over HTTP because that exposes your password in plain text, which is just not smart. Asterisk has a built-in way of doing a challenge response type of authentication. An HTTP client is going to request a challenge from Asterisk. This challenge is going to come back, and the HTTP client then hashes both the challenge and their password and uses that as the key to authenticate with, rather than just sending over in plain text. And this is exactly an example of how to do it, but I'm not going to go through all that right now. The action login is going to need to occur 5 seconds after the action challenge. So after you get that challenge, you have to respond immediately, and that's just going to prevent someone from trying to do something like replaying your authentication credentials later to gain access. All right, gone over duration. I don't know anything else about HTTP over Asterisk. I skipped over a few things, but I think that's probably the best I could sum it up with the time I had. Do we have any questions about AMI that I can answer or anything else before we call an end to it? Silent. Can you guys all wave at me? That made me feel really good. All right. I feel better now. All right. Well, that's it. If you guys want to talk to me later about anything, I'm free for that, whatever. All right. Bye.